You get that one. I don't want two in front of me. Then they'll think I'm real lucky.
Do we need to be in prayer, Father?
Oh, yes.
Bless us, O Lord.
We had, what do you want to be when you grow up in kindergarten? And I said I wanted to be a priest. And I applied to seminary. I went to Kenrick Glennon in St. Louis, and I was there for a year. The biggest issue was the guy that was in charge. We did not see eye to eye, and I asked to go somewhere else at the end of the year, and the bishop and the diocese said no. So I really wasn't sure what to do, and I came home. I wanted to be a doctor. I wanted to be a nurse. I wanted to be something in the medical field, or I wanted to be a teacher. I wanted to help people is what all of my jobs that I kept looking at came down to. I got a job at St. John's Hospital in the emergency room, and I worked on the night shift in the ER. I did that for 3 years. I really loved my time in the emergency room. It was a really tough experience, but it was a really awesome experience. You never knew what was going to walk through those front doors. I finally had been out of seminary for 6 years, and I prayed about it, and I told God, I said, well, obviously you don't want me to be a priest. It was just me. I'm going to move on and go in emergency medicine. So we admitted over 55 people to the hospital that night, which was just absolutely insane for a workload. And I had 5 helicopters arrive all at the same time. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm totally out of my element. I'm on the helipad. We run this guy in. The second helicopter's landing, and my phone rings. And I thought, I have to answer my phone. It's part of my job. I need to answer it. But it was the vocation director for the diocese. I couldn't believe he called me at 2 in the morning. And he immediately started right in. Steve, I know how you can come back to seminary and how it can all work out. And he was just so excited. He was going on and on. And I couldn't get a word in edgewise. And I finally said to him, I said, Father, that's not funny. I'm really busy right now. And he said, well, it's not a joke. I'm totally serious. And I said, well, then my answer is yes, but I still can't talk right now. And he said, well, I can't really hear you very well. And I said, yeah, there's helicopters above me. People are dying. I got to go. I mean, it's craziness, but my answer is yes, so I'll call you tomorrow. All I could think about was, you got to be kidding me. The day I finally told God I'm done is when he called, but I was taking a management job at the hospital. And I told him I really needed to know before next Wednesday, which is the final interview to actually accept the position. I was really kind of torn, but I prayed about it, and I told God, I said, you got to be kidding me. You can't ask me to go to seminary when I was making $7,000, $8,000 a year. You got to wait till I'm making $70,000 or offered $70,000 a year. So but I prayed about it and said, that if this is what God wants, then I'll do it. And so he found out over the weekend, and the bishop said, yes, I could apply. So I turned the management job down, and it did take a lot out of me to turn that job down. That was a lot of stability and a lot of money to turn down. And after 15 years of trying and really fighting to get along to this point, I was finally ordained a priest. Talk about the best experience you could ever have for a priesthood is working in an emergency room. In one shift, you can have basically what most people deal with in their entire lifetime, and that's pretty much what priesthood is. In one day, you can go from the highs of a child being born and the great joy of finding out your cancer's gone, or all these wonderful things, to all these difficult things that are going on in people's lives. They just lost their loved one. They just found out they had cancer. All these different struggles that are happening in the ER, they really prepare you emotionally as well as just how to be able to be caring and compassionate in those moments. And God has been very good to me. It's been a rough road. It's been a long road. It's been a tough road, but it's better than I ever could dream getting here now. And I'm really grateful for the experience of where God's brought me in all of this, and how much he's taught me in all of that, and how much I feel that he's really prepared me for priesthood. So that's my story, and I really appreciate the time to tell it.